Ahoy, morning breathers, and welcome to Finally Friday. What a day.
Welcome to today.
I said Friday, so we got it right.
It's all good.
A lot going on yesterday, and we were talking just about right up to the moment. Where does the time go? SPP.
Away.
It goes
Away from here.
Jeff checked in. We got to do a, what is it, Woo Pig?
Sue Pig?
Sue Pig?
Sue Pig?
Woo
Arkansas.
Pig? Arkansas. Big win.
You and I picked them.
We did pick them.
Big win.
We did pick them. I didn't bring my bracket back in. But
Yeah,
actually,
I wanted you to bring yours in.
well, we both missed two, but we both missed Clemson.
Yeah.
And then I missed, I picked Georgia over Gonzaga, which was an 8-9 game anyway. And I was wrong on that one, and you missed a different one.
I missed Clemson, and then I picked Utah State over UCLA.
Right. But we've both missed two after day one. How about you, Peter?
He doesn't want to talk about it. I've already brought this up.
I picked Louisville. They lost to Creighton. I picked a lot of upsets, so I picked Yale over Texas A&M. That was a 9-point loss, but it was one of those games where it was a 9-point game the whole way through. They never really had a chance. What else did I miss? What else? Clemson. I picked High Point over Purdue. That was close until about 5 minutes.
Right.
There's a lot of close games. Like Michigan just barely won.
That was another one that I thought could go both
Barely
ways.
won.
Yeah.
Jeff says, "Woo damn pig."
Woo damn pig.
Woo damn pig. Hannah says, "Ahoy, Dad."
Hi, Hannah.
Cindy.
I think Hannah might be on her way to Chicago. Oh no, not today. I'm gonna see you later, Hannah. I am coming up.
Woo damn pig.
Woo damn pig. Give it a try.
No.
You can't do it, can you, Peter?
No.
What happened to Mizzou?
Should we get set for the day? Should we get set for the day? Oh man, is it that time? Wow.
It's already.
Where does the
Already
time
that
go?
time. Was it 7:45?
Did your star player for Mizzou? Did he end up playing? Or
He did, but he got doubled all night and had to pass out and just couldn't figure it out.
Well, that was going to be a game, and I'm not the best basketball strategist, but to me that was going to be a game of who controlled the tempo the best was going to win that game.
And they talked about in the broadcast, it's easier to slow a game down than speed it up. And
Right.
Yeah,
Drake slowed it down.
I
They
didn't
played
watch.
their game.
I didn't watch hardly anything.
So I haven't
watched
watched
wrestling.
I haven't watched any Drake basketball this year, but from what I hear about it, I mean they're not taking a shot until 4 seconds on the shot clock, and
They don't start moving until 10 seconds left on the shot
really
clock.
they just kind
You
of get
just
it over
stand
half
there.
court.
They pass it around, see if they have an open shot, but they don't force anything. And then once they get to 10,
Then they run their
offense
offense.
runs.
Unlike Michigan, who will just throw it up from
Just
anywhere.
throw it up. Yeah.
Let's go. So we'll make it up in I don't know in a whole bunch of shots. I don't know. So I did watch wrestling yesterday, and I was focused on that.
Me too. Yeah, I didn't watch any basketball yesterday. Actually.
And then I watched basketball.
I didn't.
So I didn't watch any wrestling until 6 o'clock last night.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to watch a little bit at noon, but I just couldn't. I was too busy, and then I couldn't listen to it.
Well, I
was disappointed.
I happened to be driving yesterday afternoon, so I could listen to it on the radio.
Yeah, it's nice. Let's just get this out of the way. We had a couple injuries. Teamer. Now we know why he was 18th. I think
Yeah,
goes 0 for 2.
I know he's hurt, and I have to give him credit for that, but that was disappointing.
Well, I didn't see anything of the scores. I really don't know a thing. I didn't know he lost 2 until late last night.
Yeah, he lost both. The one last night, I think he only lost by 2 or 3 points, but
He's done.
he's done. He's out.
He scored 0 points for us.
Right, and Cruz, which we didn't expect to score points, but he's out too.
And he lost 2.
He lost
also.
2. Those are the only 2 that are out.
So that was a kid that I thought Cruz might be able to win 1.
Yeah, he did not.
He did not. So it goes. We don't have him at 41. Parco, I would not be surprised to see him just forfeit out, medical forfeit out.
Yeah, right.
He looked pretty tough.
Yep. Yep.
Like he was hurting pretty bad.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
walking good.
I don't think he'll score any points.
So he might be
Any
done
more points
this morning.
He did one run.
I wish him well.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I was hoping for some big things out of both those guys, but it was Parco's injury was weird because they just happened to happen. You know, you and I talked earlier about the coverage of the Hawkeyes was not good on ESPN last night,
Right?
Or ESPN, whatever it was on. But they did show Parco because he, I don't know, blew his knee out or something. But it was weird how it happened. Did you see that?
I was watching. So I told you I was watching the
Yeah.
feed that had the 8 matches going. So I could.
Your screen was like 3 inches.
So it was not very big. I could see it, but they weren't talking about it on the one I was watching. They mentioned his injury, but they didn't say how bad. But so I did kind of see it, but not up close.
Yeah, he was kind of, you know, the kid had him around the waist, and they were sitting down, and his legs were underneath him, and he was underhooked or something, and all of a sudden he just let out a scream, and that was that.
Yeah, well,
So I don't know.
he did finish. I know, but he didn't. He was favoring that leg.
Thank God the kid, you know, didn't just let him, did not do anything, but
Right.
he wasn't. He probably could have been harder on him. So wrestling is the only time I can remember Penn State has won 20 out of 20 matches.
20 out of 20.
So they're on track to just win all 10 weight classes, Peter.
That's
In case
fun.
you wondered. No,
great.
that is not fun for anybody else.
They're not going to win heavyweight, but other than that,
No, they won't. I'm not sure Kirkley can beat the Oklahoma State kid.
yeah. I think that's who Keeter has next, actually, or coming up.
Well, that's not going to be good for us. I think that kid wants a piece of
Gable.
Gable, and if Gable says okay,
All right, bring it,
look out,
bring it.
kid. But he's really physical, hard cross faces. Like I wouldn't want to take one of those.
I wouldn't want to take one from somebody that didn't know how to do it very well.
So anyway, for an Iowa fan, I hope the 5 of us that are left can perform.
Yeah, Penn State has all 10 guys alive on the front side. Iowa has 5.
Yep. But we got 5 pretty good guys.
Yeah,
If we could somehow get to the semis, and we get all 5 to the semis, you know, that's going to be good for us.
I think Kennedy's got a tough one, and I think Keeter's got a tough one.
They both do. Kennedy certainly does. But I love both those guys on the
I know.
backside. They will work their tail off on the
Yep.
backside.
Yep.
Nebraska's doing really well. Who else?
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State, which we expected. I expected those two to both do well. Before I get too much further, the Southeast Iowa Video Network is sponsored by KCTC.
Thank you, Casey.
Thanks, Casey, and all the gang over at KCTC. And the Morning Breath crew this morning, I didn't even introduce us. Boss Man Matt and SPP.
Ahoy, Skipper.
Ahoy, Skipper.
We are sponsored by Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh.
Thank you,
Willie.
Willie.
Thanks, Willie.
So I didn't watch basketball, so I know there were some good games. I know, Peter, you were all invested in basketball, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. So
I had the Tri Box, the 3 Hulu or Max. You can watch 3 games at one time. So I was watching that.
I just only watch one thing at a time.
So I watched the wrestling. I know basketball does it too. I have YouTube TV, as you do, and you can do the quad box or whatever on that, right?
I don't know how to do that.
It pops up. It's right on. It's not hard. It'll pop up on your home screen, and it says, "Watch these." I didn't know they did it on Max too, but
Okay.
it's not hard to.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, you can figure it out. But
You give me so much credit.
But I watched the wrestling like on the eight across. It's hard to watch that way. I mean, it's even hard to watch the tri box or a quad box. I get focused on something and whatever. It's hard to do. Except for these young guys, they just can. Peter can just
They're
watch
able to
16
process
games
it.
at the same time, and
I remember my friends back in college, what we would do on Sundays, we had 3 TVs. We each had NFL Sunday ticket. So we put 3 games on each TV, and then we'd have a 4th TV that would play the local game. And then we'd have another TV, like a smaller, like little laptop or whatever, that played one was the Fox game, and then one was the CBS.
CBS.
So we'd have 8 games, 9 games going at one time. So
It's amazing.
It happens.
And then when you left college, you just left all those TVs for somebody else to take
Well, I
care
didn't
of.
have 2 more Sunday ticket subscriptions, so I had to,
So it didn't matter.
take one. Yeah.
We had some hellos up there, boss man.
A couple. Jeff, he's still talking
He's
about
still
Arkansas.
happy.
Arkansas Kansas was a good game. Arkansas's players all contributed. Fun to watch. Cindy's here.
I didn't realize the coach of Arkansas was,
Calipari.
yeah.
That's just this year, though, right?
Yeah, this is the first time.
Yeah,
His
he was,
first year.
he was still in Kentucky last year, right?
So I was watching some of that game last night, Jeff, and the announcers were talking about Calipari and how he just doesn't have a care in the world. He feels freed up from down here in Arkansas.
Well,
Doesn't have the pressure.
This is not breaking news, but all indications are that Kentucky basketball fans are a little bit crazy, and
Yes, they are.
and kind of hard to please.
I suspect. So that it was fun to watch. Those guys are fun to watch, up and down.
Just think about it. First round was Calipari versus Bill Self.
Yeah.
2 Hall of Fame head coaches. Next round, Calipari versus Rick Pitino.
Oh, Kentucky
Another
based
2 Hall
St.
of Fame head
John's.
coaches.
Unfortunately, I have St. John winning that.
Okay.
I watched a little bit of St. John last night, and I was not impressed. But they ended up winning by 30.
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say they won by 30.
I know, but it
It was
wasn't
close
it
for a
was
little
close
bit.
Was it?
for
They didn't
the
pull away
first
till
the whole
late.
first half, and
Yeah.
some into the second.
I mean, even Auburn, who was the number 1 seed, that was a 3-point game at half.
Was it?
And then they ended up winning by 25-30. So it happens.
Yeah, it does.
It happens.
It does. But what Clemson McNeese State, that's a 12-5, so that was the biggest upset of the day. But even that, I mean, 12-5. There's always a 12-5 game, right? Or it seems like it anyway.
Yeah.
So even that wasn't a huge surprise. So we haven't seen the big 16-1 or 15-2 upset.
Not yet. There were a lot of upsets in wrestling. A lot.
Yep.
More than I remember it last year even, but not to this extent. Sure. So you're not going to go into detail on your bracket about how bad you're doing.
He kind of
Well,
did.
I did a little bit.
He kind of did.
I picked.
I wanted the numbers
Okay.
because you and I, Matt, have missed 2 so far.
We've missed 2.
I think I've missed. There were 16 games. I missed 5.
Oh, well, you're not even really in the same zip code as Matt.
Exactly.
Guess we've got today.
He's gonna say, I'm not
We
quite.
can go way backwards today.
I'm not quite prepared to make bold statements after just one day.
I am. I'm gonna.
You're gonna do it.
I'm gonna.
Hoping for some upsets
I'm
today.
gonna break brackets instead of the old. Just breaking your balls. Yeah. The old. It's come from The Sopranos. That's where I hear it a lot.
Right.
You're
Well,
just joking.
Yeah.
Right? I'm
Just
gonna break your
just
brackets.
just breaking your balls. Yeah. Well, you said you picked a lot of upsets, and I think I said this the other day, but I learned a while ago, if you just pick straight chalk, you're gonna lose some games, but the good guys are gonna win most of the time.
Usually.
Most of the time.
Usually. Before we go into break, this has been bothering me since this morning.
Since this morning, since like an hour ago.
Basically, maybe an hour and a half.
All right.
Hang on just a second.
Bothering you that much, huh?
Yeah, it's really bothering me. You might have to wait till after break. Oh, I remember what it is. I couldn't remember the brand name. What happened to Lever soap? Can anybody answer that?
No.
Can't find it anymore.
Sorry.
God. You guys don't get attached to your soap? You just don't care if there's a bar of soap in there in your shower? You just, whatever it is? Whoever buys the soap puts in there, you're fine with? Caress or whatever?
I tend to be a Dial soap guy, but
Dial? Okay.
but if you switched it out with the only one I don't want is that
Zest.
lava soap that had like the pumice in it, because
Yeah,
that like hurts.
That wouldn't be good.
No, it's good to wash grease off your hands, but that's about it.
I just wonder what happened to Lever. I was a big Lever fan. And it's gone. I can't find it.
Now you have to be a Zest guy.
I need
here.
to know. Well, I see Zest. There's too much softening stuff in that. I don't like it.
Well,
So I don't know what to do.
Maybe you're a candidate for the Pummel soap. You know, they have all these new men's soaps now. They have like Sasquatch
Yeah,
and
well, yeah. Not those aren't so great either.
well, yeah, they're
I mean,
also
they're
like
fine,
they're
but
also like $12 a bar.
That's what I don't like about it.
something.
So I might make. I'm gonna start making my own soap, maybe.
There you go.
And I just. You don't like the smell of my soap?
You could just,
Okay, I'll change it.
just open up a little soap factory in Elliott.
What if I do?
Just take a little corner and start making soap.
Just want something that is about like Lever. I mean, it's gone. It was really good soap.
You are more passionate about your soap than I am.
Well, I liked it, and now
now you don't.
like
Oh, it's gone.
I still like it. I just have fond memories, and I thought about that. So where in the hell did it go? Who bought out Lever?
Well, if Lever was making a bunch of money and a lot of people liked it, it'd still be around.
It's probably BlackRock. BlackRock bought them.
Okay.
They have another. I don't know. Stuff bothers me.
It just bothers me. Just bothers me.
7:31. We got to take a break. We'll be right back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics, providing quality health care that puts you first. Whether during a hospital stay, seeing a primary care provider for wellness exams or sick visits, minor surgery to a total joint replacement, or recovering from an injury, we're here when you need us.
More than you expect for your health care. Washington County Hospital and Clinics.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you with a flexible financing you need to install that all-season room or remodel your kitchen with a home equity line of credit. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back. Breathers.
Breathers.
Had a little, didn't have the little stuck in my throat thing that you had this morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not going to talk about that, man.
Forgot about it, but thanks for reminding me of that.
No more sign of it. It's all gone. Welcome back to Friday's edition of the Morning Breath. All right. We've been holding on to this for a while.
All right.
I think it's time to not talk about sports.
Okay.
We're gonna watch it all weekend now. The women start today.
Iowa women start tomorrow, but the women start today, yes.
Yep. So there's gonna be plenty to watch. Oh, Iowa State barely hung on and won their opening.
Yeah.
Their play-in game.
They might play today.
I think they do.
They do.
And then the men play today too.
Yep,
So
Iowa
there's
State.
just basketball galore.
Yep.
If you just turn your TV on, if it's not a commercial, it's probably a basketball game.
Probably.
Likely. What we have here, this is probably why I thought about my lever. Because what we have here are forgotten American pastimes and hobbies, things that we used to do to keep our hands and heads busy so we wouldn't get into mischief.
Before we had quad box and tri box basketball games to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
When we just had radios and rabbit ears on the radio so you could get everything tuned in. There were soap carving competitions. Back in the 20s and 30s, soap carving became a nationwide craze. I mean, everybody was doing it. Remember the hula hoop?
Yeah.
Well, this happened before the hula hoop.
This is pre-hula hoop. This is in the 1920s.
It was popular with children and young adults. This hobby allowed participants to transfer transform just a regular bar of soap. It wouldn't have been lever because lever wasn't around at that time. Into intricate sculptures. Why not? It could have been animals or architectural miniature houses or whatever.
I think
Whatever
I
you
could have
can-
got into that.
Whatever you can whittle.
I think I could have got into that. The problem is that was back in the days though when you probably made your own soap and you could do that. I mean, you're not gonna go out and buy a $12 bar of Sasquatch soap and carve it into a zebra.
Think of the size of the creation you could make with
True.
Sasquatch soap.
You could make a giraffe.
Because way back in the 20s and 30s, the soap was smaller because people were smaller.
Is that why?
That's why.
That's why it's smaller people, smaller soap. Makes sense.
And it was a recyclable toy, so you could whittle all that down.
Melt it down, make
And
a
then
new block.
at the end of the night, Ma say, "Put that back in the oven. We got to make that back into a bar again."
Or you could just use it.
You could use the
on Saturday night when you take your bath in the wash tub out back. You just take your giraffe and soap up.
And if the draft, if you had the cold water, the draft would laugh long. If you were fifth in line
Exactly.
because you didn't get new water.
You didn't get it. I know.
So that was one thing.
Yeah. Also, darning socks.
Oh, the old sock darning part.
Darning socks was.
I have fond memories. You remember those, Peter?
Oh yeah.
The sock darning parties?
I haven't been to a
Classic.
good sock darning
What are
party
they
in a
again?
long time.
Been years.
It's been years. Darning socks was once a staple of American life, blending necessity with a communal meditative hobby. For much of the 19th, 20th centuries, families couldn't afford to replace socks every time they wore out, although they carved up bars of soap.
Well, they'd reuse the soap, though, Matt.
Okay, all right.
Guarantee they did.
Instead, they relied on darning, a technique using a needle and thread to repair holes. Darning often became a shared family activity. All right, kids, gather around. Bring your socks. bring your holy socks, and we got a darning party tonight.
Let's call the cousins over. Sock darning, boy. Oh, those days.
So far, I have to say, out of the first two, we're using a knife and a needle. So apparently, sharp things were the hot pastime of.
Here's the deal. You teach a kid once, put something sharp in front of them, and they screw up, they're not going to do it again.
Yes. Or, I don't think whittling's on this list, but you can.
It was basically the same
It's
thing.
basically the same thing, except for with a stick. Not only using a sharp thing, but you're using a sharp thing to make another sharp thing.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip down to icebox racing
See, that would be fun.
because I don't know why we still don't do this. So in the 50s and 60s, icebox racing was an inventive pastime. They repurposed outdated appliances. So people would take old wooden ice boxes, because back in the day we didn't have refrigerators and freezers and things like that.
Right.
There's a wooden box that held the chunk of ice.
On your front porch.
Yeah, and so they'd make those into carts and race them down local hills, kind of like soapbox derbies.
Yeah.
See, we're back to soap. Where the hell did lever
Back
go?
to soap. It's all about soap.
Where did lever go? And why would soap need such a big box? I gotta know.
Yeah, I don't have.
I
a good
need to
answer.
know.
I don't have a good answer for you. I would
either.
totally take a box, throw some wheels on it, and race down a hill.
Hell yeah! Just give a guy a box and an axle and a couple wheels. We'll figure out.
Yeah.
Let's go race this damn thing.
Do you think they wore helmets back then? Hell
They
no.
didn't need no.
Hell no.
There was no helmets.
We find the biggest hill in the creakiest box we could find and roll it down a hill.
We might not even have. We might have holes in our socks too.
We got holy socks. We might be whittling on the way down the hill.
Who needs to steer?
Who
It's
needs
what my
to-
feet are for.
I'm gonna steer with my feet. I got
gonna
a
whittle.
knife and a sharp stick, a big hill, and an old box. I'm going.
That's all I need.
I'm freaking going.
That is all I need.
Social dance marathons. So we all know about dance marathons. They're usually fundraisers at this point, but it used to be a big time thing. It was a fad captivated America in the 1920s, combined endurance and entertainment. I would not have thought about the endurance part, but I get it.
Oh,
I get
you
it.
danced for that
I
long?
totally get it. I just wouldn't have been the first thing popped in my mind.
I think it would have, because they didn't let you. You had to be on the floor moving it all the
I know
time.
it says they competed so you could dance the longest, with some events lasting for days or even weeks. Participants were allowed brief rest breaks, but were otherwise required to stay in motion, often collapsing from exhaustion as crowds cheered them on.
Stay up, Johnny.
Yeah. So
Go, Johnny, go. That's where that song got made.
it might have been. These marathons offered cash prizes, making them very popular during the Great Depression. Spectators paid admission to watch the dancers, turning the events into spectacles that blurred the line.
Well,
between
admission was
sport and
probably
theater.
like a nickel.
Well, yeah, I know, but a nickel in the Great Depression was like, I don't know, what, $5,000?
You still got to
today.
have a good time, kid.
Exactly. Some marathons introduced bizarre challenges like dancing while holding props or performing stunts to entertain the audience. By the 1930s, concerns over the physical toll and the exploitive nature of these events led to their decline. Dance, monkey dance.
Apparently, the parents had enough of this dancing.
It might have been the parents doing the dancing.
It could be.
I don't know.
Do you remember the old? They used to do this too. You had to put your hand on a car.
Yes.
You couldn't take your hand off.
Yes. I think they still do that.
Do they really?
Yeah. I mean,
I could go on for days too.
they could. Yeah. And I hope you don't have to go to the bathroom.
Well, I think you get a bathroom break on those too.
Yeah. I don't know. I suppose there's.
Because if you couldn't, I'd be toast.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm toast.
It's like, how long's it been? 15
Man,
minutes? I got to go.
45 minutes, I'm going to have to take a pee.
Jeff says he has never heard of a lever soap obsession. Now you have.
I'm not saying I'm obsessed.
We think you are.
I don't think I don't think so. Because I've gone without it for a long time now.
No? All right.
And I'm just now bringing it up.
Did you have withdrawal symptoms? That's the true test.
I just thought the wife was trying out different stuff. And so the other day I asked her, it's been a couple weeks. I said, I just want some lever soap. She's going to the stores. She said, what do you want? I said, I just want some lever soap. She said she can't find it. So I just need to know what the hell happened to lever.
You can probably buy it on eBay. Half-used bar.
Well, I think we kind of looked.
On eBay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, Amazon.
Amazon.
And even that is, you can get it, but I'm not a big Amazon user. Just so you know.
Yeah.
I'm a local guy.
Yeah. Well,
Give me a store.
I prefer that all day, but I can't say that there's not Amazon deliveries to our house.
Well, see, yeah,
'cause there
I'm not
is.
saying that either, but if I have to get my lever from there, then so be it.
Right.
All right, 7:42, Peter. We should take a break.
Yes, we should.
Yes. Peter says yes.
I think
We'll be right back.
He's having a medical.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Bring the kids, share the memories, celebrate 75 years of traditions at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Relive the magic of steam engines, antique cars, and trucks, tractors, gas engines, and horses. Whether it's your first visit or a cherished tradition, you'll enjoy the delicious foods, the thrill of an Old West shootout, and the excitement of nightly grandstand entertainment. For 75 years, this has been the place where memories are made at the 2025 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, August 28th through September 1st in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
Ahoy, morning breathers. Welcome back to Friday's edition It's March 21.
It is.
It's my sister's birthday today.
Well, happy birthday,
Happy
Tim's
birthday.
sister.
And yesterday was my good friend Jeff's birthday. I forgot to mention that.
Happy
yesterday.
birthday, Jeff.
So that's what I know. Okay. Anything else?
No.
We'll do anything else?
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Let's get set for the day. Set for the day.
Let's get set for the day. It is the 21st day of March. As you know, Tim, you already gave away the punchline on that.
Oh, well, I said that to remind me that it's my sister's birthday.
All right.
Who doesn't listen? She's in Baton Rouge.
Oh, she can listen from Baton Rouge.
She can,
Jeff listens from Arkansas.
but for
Terry
whatever
listens
reason,
from
she
Arizona.
doesn't seem to be interested. So
My mom's in Missouri. We're all over the
we're
place.
scattered. Then that one weird dude from South Dakota.
Yes, that was you. Today is Friday.
But boy, did your face light up.
Well, I was like, South Dakota? It's like, oh, that's Tim's in South Dakota. Not that I'm not excited to hear from you, but
It's fine.
yeah. It is episode 275. Temperature right now in Fairfield, Mount Pleasant, and Washington is 38 degrees across the board. Windy.
275 seems like a big number.
It is. It's a 5 number, so 275. We're getting there. Yeah, I don't know where we're getting to, but we're getting there.
Getting to 276.
Let's hope. We got a weekend to get through first.
That's true.
Windy today and becoming cloudy this afternoon with a chance of rain this evening. High of 61 and a low of 25. Tomorrow, high of 54 and Sunday, 57. Today's headlines from SoutheastIowaUnion.com. More than $5,000 raised at a Trojans versus Cancer event. The Henry County residents lobby for tougher distracted driving laws, and Washington revokes the hotel development agreement, temporarily anyway.
It's just yanked.
It is yanked.
I'm just going to spill the beans, spill the tea.
It's yanked.
Bye-bye agreement.
Yeah.
But they can ask again.
They can reapply.
They can reapply. But you'll have to read the rest. I'm not going to tell you the whole dang
Right,
story, everybody.
Mount Pleasant and Washington girls track are both in Central College today.
Where's Central?
Pella. Do you know what?
You say that like I should know.
You should know. It's Pella.
I asked. That's why I asked.
You know what just popped into my head? I could really go for some chips and salsa right now.
Yeah. Well, I've got some.
That is 5 days in a row.
That's the only reason.
It's
The only reason why I brought it up.
5 days in a row.
I just didn't want the streak to end.
Hey, if you want to stop over later, we can have. Well, I'll give you a little bit, but not very much.
Not very much.
It's pretty good.
On this day in history in 1963, Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary closed after 29 years, not because of the famous escapes, but because the isolated island lockup was too expensive to operate. Nearly 1 million gallons of water alone had to be barged to the island each week.
1 million gallons a week?
A week.
The heck with the. They didn't have to.
There's a lot of toilets and a lot of plumbing needs.
Well, yeah,
Ironically, they're in the middle of the ocean or
yeah,
bay.
you don't want that stuff going out to the
No.
ditch.
No. You don't want it floating around in the bay. So, yeah, it's too expensive to run, so they closed it. Random joke, random quote, or random fact.
Wait.
All right.
On this day in 2006, Twitter, now known as X, was founded. How about that?
That's something.
It's about when I started to go. I signed up for Twitter and they kicked me off for not doing anything.
Yeah.
Back in the day, Peter, you had to actually do stuff. Like
See-
if you sign up, you couldn't just stalk on it.
Well, I do. That's all I do. I always
I know,
have.
but back then you could. They didn't like it.
Oh, well.
They said you should come back when you're ready to add content.
Once
And
you're
I-
serious about things.
Now, apparently, I wasn't. I was just trying to be hip, cool with it.
I think
and it wasn't.
I think in all the time that I have had Twitter, I've posted like twice. And I've had it a long time.
Twice as much as I did, and they booted me for it. Just saying, I'm not coming back either because I can. Are you just thrilled to death that you have Big Ten Plus now? That was a good purchase.
I don't have any more. I got a
Took it
short
off?
term. I had a short term thing on that. Yes.
Didn't work so good, did it?
Big Ten Plus. It was fine. but
Or
I
no,
don't-
ESPN Plus.
Oh yes, yeah. So that was part of a package with Hulu and Disney Plus. So it kind of came with it, but I was not very happy with it last night.
No, not very happy with ESPN in general. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Random joke, random quote, or random fact.
I can't believe Peters hasn't said yet.
Let's cap off the week with a random joke.
A random joke. So I bet you didn't know this.
Likely did not know this.
I'm sure you didn't. But every morning, I take my cow for a walk through the vineyard.
A cow?
I take my cow
Okay.
for a walk through the vineyard.
All right.
So in other words, I heard it through the grapevine.
Good thinking. Did you preg check that thing?
I did not. I did
She
not.
didn't know if she's a child.
Well, I only have one cow, so
There could have been a little bull sneaking in without you knowing.
I don't know if we had bulls, but if we did, I'd heard them through the grapevine too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I don't know. I don't know that I have a today's takeaway, but I'm going to go ahead and ask. Does anybody have a takeaway for today?
I do.
do.
And Jeff does.
I do.
Go ahead, Peter.
Lever soap. Where did it go?
Where did you go?
Where did it go?
Yeah, Jeff, who's always good for a Friday weekend takeaway.
This is a deep one, folks.
It is. It's a thinker, so think about it. The best thing since sliced bread is the invention of the bread slicing machine. College philosophy professors take note.
It should be a point of discussion and thoroughly debated.
Yeah, I'm not going to debate it.
I think there should be at least a section on it somewhere in economics.
Yes. It's kind of a chicken and the egg situation. You just never know.
I like it, Jeff.
Well, the bread had to have come first before the bread slicer, wouldn't it?
But he's not saying bread. He's saying the best thing since sliced bread is the machine that sliced the bread. It's a thinker.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah, I don't know. So my takeaway is woo damn pig.
Who damn pig?
Woo damn pig.
Woo?
Woo.
Woo.
With the W.
Woo.
Woo damn pig.
That could mean different things.
Well, I'm referring to the Arkansas basketball
you're
team.
Giddy with excitement over the big win.
Yes.
Woo damn pig. That's a good one.
Arkansas beat Kansas.
I think my takeaway is Penn State's pretty dominant in wrestling right now. That's about all I can say.
Yeah.
Getting kind of, I don't know, out of control.
Let's go eat some chips and salsa.
Let's have some chips and salsa. Maybe.
Maybe not.
I enjoyed every bite of it, though, Martha, just so you know. Thank you all for joining today. I think we got good weather coming. I mean, certainly more seasonable, a little bit above average. Peter, I hope that your brackets turn around a little bit and you can at least be competitive.
I appreciate
with
it, man.
Matt and
Yeah.
enjoy the weekend. Lots going on. Women's basketball, men's basketball, wrestling still going on. And then the kids are out running track, so plenty to do. Glad to have a great weekend. We will be back Monday. Ahoy.
Woo damn pig.